This is just some food for thought. No one has to do this, but I wanted to share it because this is just personally how I feel about it. But I have a 4-month-old son and I don't share his face online. I honestly wasn't even gonna share his name or anything for a while, but then I figured I would end up slipping up and saying his name anyway, so I shared his name. I don't share his health history. I don't share the details of any of that stuff because that's his personal information. But also, I try not to share any stories about him that might embarrass him later. So for example, if he were to have a blowout, like I'm not going to post that online because when he's 13, 14, 15, if I were to share that about him then, would he be embarrassed that I shared that? You know, when he starts to be 2 or 3 years old and he's having certain behavioral things, when he's 13, 14, 15, if he were to look back and see that I shared that, would he feel embarrassed that I said that he was pottying somewhere he's not supposed to, ripping his diaper off, or I don't know. You know, 13-year-olds, they get embarrassed about things that maybe like an 18-year-old wouldn't. It's just my thought process before I share something about him or his behavior or a funny story, because believe me, there are so many. If you're a mom, there are so many funny stories, you understand. I just try to think, like, when he's a teenager or a preteen or an adult, will he be embarrassed that I shared that with thousands of people on the internet that he doesn't know? I don't know. Maybe he would be okay with it, but I just would rather be cautious and not share just in case. It's both of our shared experience, but I care more about how he feels about it than how I feel about it. And like getting some likes and some laughs and some relatability for me is not as important as him not being embarrassed someday. So again, just food for thought. You don't have to do it. You can share whatever you want to. It's just a perspective that I have that I want to share because I don't think I've seen anyone really share that perspective before. And as someone who was really shy when I was young, like I would have been really embarrassed. But I still don't even like hearing some stories about things that I did. So anyway,